Hi, I'm JR. I'm the Texpat in Saigon. Today I've got 7 tips for people that are either about to become an expat or already on their way to Southeast Asia. When you come to Southeast Asia as an expat and you're retired, you're on Social Security and Medicare, well, your Medicare stops. So you have to make other arrangements for your health care. Healthcare costs here are pretty low, so a lot of people just choose to pay them out of pocket. Otherwise, you can get an insurance policy that is designed for expats. So either way, you've got options. You can also go to Guam. Your Medicare does work in Guam because it's a U.S. territory. Retired military people have the option of TRICARE in the Philippines. TRICARE works well there, but it doesn't work anywhere else. So if you decide to retire somewhere besides the Philippines, you still will have to examine your medical options. You also need to check on visa situation. In Vietnam, we don't have a retirement visa, but other countries like Philippines and Thailand, I think Malaysia, they do offer retirement visas. So that's something you should check into before you retire to any particular country. Banking is another issue. You need to make sure that your primary banking is in the U.S. If you don't, you're going to be a victim of exchange rates, high ATM costs and such. I would advise a bank in the U.S. that offers free ATM access while you're overseas. A lot of the brokerage companies have that. It's really a great thing. In some countries, the ATM fees can be as high as $5 per visit. Of course, it's nice to have savings or passive income like Social Security or a pension. But if you don't, if you're too young for that, then you definitely want to find a country where you can work and make a little extra money. Vietnam, Thailand, Cambodia all offer opportunities for teaching English and other opportunities in the tourist industry. In Philippines, so many people speak English that teaching English doesn't pay too well. So if you go there, you can't make much money teaching English. Before you leave the USA, you certainly want to have a good permanent address. This probably goes for Canada too. If you don't have a good permanent address, you'll find you'll have problems with things like PayPal, getting additional bank accounts, receiving letters and mail from Social Security, Internal Revenue, and things like that. So you definitely want to have a good permanent address. Best to have it with a friend or family, but if you can't, there are services that provide permanent addresses. So you might want to check into that before you leave. Another thing that's nice to have here too is a USA phone number. I have a Magic Jack, which lets me have a telephone with a USA number. So if I do have to deal with people in the US, I can just give them the US number and it rings right here. I can carry a Magic Jack with me anywhere. It works everywhere. If you're a big size guy like me, you might also want to buy some extra clothes to bring along. My shoe size is 12. I can't find a size 12 anywhere in Vietnam. Usually a size 10 is as big as you can get. Sometimes I can find sandals, but to find running shoes or walking shoes is really difficult. Buy an extra pair and bring along, and then just store them until you need them. So just what is that big money saving secret that I promised you at the beginning of this video? In Eastern philosophies like Buddhism and Taoism, attachment to things, philosophies, people, is considered a negative thing. It's something you want to avoid. I moved out of the U.S. a couple of different times and made a big mistake. I decided to move my entire lifestyle, which meant all my stuff, with me. You discover you can get by without a lot of the things that you had when you were in the West. Also, if you bring things like appliances, you may find they don't work here too. The electrical systems are different. But you can save yourself a lot of money and a lot of grief by breaking the attachments to things, and when you arrive, look at the culture and adapt to it. I hope you'll keep these 7 tips in mind, and I hope you'll watch and subscribe to this video if you found it helpful. Hit the subscribe button and also the little bell to notify you when new videos are posted. I want to make sure that all my friends and people that are on their way to Southeast Asia get to see more of the Texpat in Saigon.